He takes out Freiberg on the outside as well, makes it a 3v5. Now exists with a chance to close him out. He gets a frag and fires away onto main to just scare the CTs away and get himself some room to breathe and reconsider his position, trying to figure out where to go next. naptoR though needs to work together unless they want to risk giving that round away again. It is a 3v4 in favor of the CTs, but still, if NIP gets that one frag back, the round is open again, and the Swedes could get it. Get right in lobby trying to look for the CTs that pushed there, but everyone went back into position again, and NIP now pushes into ramp room with all the remaining 3 players. The CTs are not covering that at all. They are not taking care of it. They think it's safe and nobody's watching it. Now they heard Exist firing off that shot. He flames the vents, and naptoR just push out and get rid of 2 of them. Get right now all alone. Get right alone, but he's got himself 2 frags already. Pungzilla the next one. Polik is there as well, but the time runs out and he's not able to find them before the limit is reached. naptoR.Factory get himself the 3rd round on the board, and I was about to scream my lungs out because it looked like Get Right will get the 4v1 situation into his favor. Unluckily he wasn't able to, but that gives naptoR.Factory some reason to cheer and maybe get back into the game again. But Fiflaren and Get Right combined to make it a 2v4 again. Early on in the round, naptoR trying to go for the aggression play, but it didn't pay off this time. And they should stop playing that move now. Gravity goes down to Get Right. And that's what I said, NIP, as soon as they had figured out the CT team, they took control of the map. And after the initial 3 rounds, they slipped once, then they got back again. They knew, okay, naptoR.Factory is able to hit the shots if we don't take care. And then they slipped massively. But after that, they didn't allow the CTs a single round until the 5th in the row. And so NIP got themselves to a 9-3 scoreline. Folik, this time cheeky, playing aggressively. Gets himself the frag onto Freiberg, who was turning his back towards him. Fiflaren now with a refrag though. Probably Freiberg was really mad at his teammate because it was Fiflaren's job to maintain the control of ramp room entry. And NIP is really watching out there. They don't risk too much anymore. They are really slow in capturing the bomb site. And Get Right just now picks up the weapon, picks up the bomb, throws away the weapon so the CTs can't capture it anymore. Now the call comes out. There's somebody in radio room, and Fiflaren supported Get Right and taking him out 10-3. And the CTs still not able to get a full buy, but they decide to do whatever they can. It is the 2nd last round of the half, so it's understandable from my point of view. They want to try to get as many weapons on their lineup so they can potentially get 2 more rounds instead of only 1 if they had saved now. It would have been a waste of money as well. So naptoR with a force buy against NIP. Who have not picked up the AWP yet. And Folik and Gravity make it a 4v3. Get Right the only one on the terrorist team to reply. And NIP hits the lower bomb site. Freiberg with a nice position, but he knows there's somebody there. Pungzilla knew it as well, but Pungzilla went goes down to Freiberg. Great flash by him. But the CT was hiding away too far away. Gravity now gets himself the frag onto Freiberg. Makes it a 2v3. Get right goes down to Muffy. 1v3, 1v2 now, thanks to Exist's refrag. But that small hole in the door gets Muffy the opportunity to throw a flash through there. And then he finishes Exist off with the USPS. And that defuse was going to be close, but Muffy still managed to defuse the bomb, and naptoR.Factory get themselves the 4th round on the board. NIP obviously has enough money to buy up once again, so the CTs still need to overcome another weapon round. And Folik lacks the money for a decent weapon, so he goes for the Max 7. Let's see what he's up to. It's just aggression. He flashes into radio room and doesn't connect the shot. But Muffy though, with the opportunity to get the refrag, but didn't do it. 4v2 in favor of NIP. Pungzilla and Helsingier need to take care of 2 each. Helsingier opens up onto Fiflaren, gets a frag, but Exist with the refrag takes him out again. Pungzilla is fired upon by Exist as well, and Exist survives that just barely with 14 HP. Pungzilla gets taken out, and NIP make it 11-4 for the halftime. It would be a nice scoreline if the teams were switched already, but naptoR was actually on the easier side, so NIP proving to be very strong. But what am I saying? Everybody knows that NIP was the hefty favorite in this matchup. Thanks Icon, thanks for following, boys. I hope you like it. If you have any criticism, anything that I could improve, just drop me a private message on Twitch. And naptoR goes into the A-bomb side, collects himself 2 frags. Get right can pull 1 back, but he's ambushed from the outside as well. Gravity fires away. Get right is lucky that Forrest was the one that gets all the bullets into his body. But it's still a 3v4. naptoR can't overextend. Now Get right gets the frag onto Folik, and naptoR needs to watch out. It is a 3v3, and NIP is able to come back into those rounds easily. Muffy though shuts down Get right and Rafters. Now they work together on Bird's Nest and get themselves the frag onto Forest. Exist the only one surviving in between 2 terrorists. Helsingier waits for the great timing and collects the 2nd of the round. naptoR Gaming with a piss round on the terrorist side, and that was so important for them. Look at them all purchasing P90s, and I hope this will be a complete wipeout for NIP, just because I never saw a 5-man P90 setup. They could potentially just fire through the whole round. Just waste those 50 bullets. They keep firing and running, and that's exactly what they do. Exist and Forrest though get 1 frag each and make it a 3v3, and Helsingier is down to 28 HP. And remember, there's Get right with a Max 7, and he gets himself the first one. He fires another shot but can't collect the frag onto Helsingier. Folik was the first one to see it. And Fiflaren with a 5-7. Oh, gets a headshot but can't finish off Helsingier. Oh, it wasn't a headshot. He just simply couldn't connect more than 1 bullet to Helsingier. The bomb gets planted. Helsingier on the ace. He needs to survive against 2, but Freiberg is there with a pistol and takes him out. Almost aced NIP. That's a story that you could tell your children if you're old and grey. 11-5 though the scoreline, and NIP managed to clutch the save round and save 2 P90s. So naptoR.Factory probably saving this round, and NIP within reach of 3 rounds of the win. Fiflaren shows Muffy how to use the P90 pre-fire for the win. Already shooting through the hut before he was coming around the corner. Folik though with a CZ 75. Just barely touched Forest. 85 HP still for him. Get right from above. Takes down one and needs to retreat a little bit. He's down to 37 HP. He needs to watch out, otherwise he would lose his weapon. But Gravity and Pangzilla down to low HP already. Get right gets himself another frag, and Freiberg stops Pangzilla from planting the bomb and getting the terrorists some additional money on the bank. 13-5, as I said, for NIP. And naptoR.Factory with limited nades could be dangerous on nuke, but full AK setup and full head armor. It's way more important on the terrorist side than it is on the CT side. I'm talking about the head armor, just because of the simple fact that you survive an additional headshot if you've got the helmet. That's just what Pangzilla did, you know, he caught himself a headshot and he's only down to 62 HP thanks to the armor. And Fiflaren goes all out with a P90, he fires away onto the first, gets himself the second one as well, and he manages to get out of there alive. So a great effort by Fiflaren with a P90. Some would say the weapon that suits him, but I'm just kidding. So it is a 3v2. naptoR still in the round. They could potentially take it if Gravity collects the frag, but Forrest is there, gets the better of him, and Exist finishes off Helsingier. 14-5, and naptoR now needs to buy whatever they can basically, even though they can't really buy anything. They need to save and let NIP reach the 15th round. And the best they could hope for is the draw. So the Danes have no room for errors anymore. NIP must be cheering and warm-upping a little bit against them. Get right with the Bison. And the terrorists opt to go towards ramp room. Muffy and Gravity already get disposed of by Exist and Get right. Pangzilla though with a smoke ambush onto Forest. Gets it back to a 3v4, and Folik almost made it a 3v3. Certainly Exist though takes care of Pangzilla as well. Gets himself the third frag of the round. Freiberg takes care of Helsingier, and 15-5. As I said, ninjas in pyjamas about to close out naptoR.Factory on the first map in the best of 3 series. And the last weapon round of not the last, but maybe the last. I spoke too soon, I'm sorry. naptoR.Factory with another weapon round, and they have Gravity and Pangzilla with the AWPs. And Pangzilla is in squeaky, very risky position for an AWP player. Gravity is on top of main. In another risky position, he jumps down and gets closed out by Get right, a 3v5 in favor of CTs. Helsingier, Pangzilla and Muffy. Now it's only Muffy standing, and Get right takes him out on the outside, 5-16. And the first map goes to NIP. Now we will see... What map will we see? We will see Inferno once again.